What are the planets of the planners of this world? I'm talking the people who plan cities. I'm talking the people who plan events, the people who plan experiences for us to have. Who are those people? What are their planetary influences? Welcome to Chrysalis Chats. My name is Tanya, and this is where we talk about topics I feel are important in our collective transformation. Thank you for being here. So the planets of planners, I would say that those planets are actually Mercury and Jupiter, okay? And the reason I say that is because Mercury is the planet of thought. It's the planet of thinking things through and how things connect, okay? And all those different factors that you have to think about in any given situation. So to use an example, in an event, you have to think about, well, who's attending, when do they get the invitations, and how do I plan the venue for this? So where is it going to be, and does that venue need to be booked, okay, and how much do I need to pay, and how might that compare to another venue with another geographic proximity to the majority of where these people who are going to be attending the event live, okay? It's all these really different intense factors that you have to think about when building something. Just the same can be said about a city. How many people out there planning cities are now starting to think about, third spaces where people can just congregate and have thoughts and communications with each other? Where are those people? Who are they talking with? What are they thinking about? Well, I guarantee they're talking to a lot of different people and that they're thinking about a lot of different things because they are people, generally speaking, ruled by Mercury. That is a Mercury-ruled profession. And Mercury is the planet of communication, and in ancient lore, okay, Mercury ruled Hermes. So Hermes is a very interesting figure, also known as Thoth, also known as just countless names, but the person who could go from heaven to hell to the earth, okay? This was the entity, okay, Mercury, let's just call it Mercury for the sake of simplicity. Mercury is the entity that can literally go from any different stage of consciousness to another, okay? But, in the example of lore again, Hermes was the person who could go from Pluto's realm, Hades, right, all the way from the underworld, all the way up to the earth plane, all the way up to where the gods were on Mount Olympus or whatever. He didn't get caught in any one of those states of consciousness because he was thinking about whatever he wanted to think about. He had that ability to not only think but to communicate with all those different people. So planner energied people are generally Mercury energied people, and those signs are Gemini and Virgo, okay? So the other planning energy planet that I would say is definitely an important one to know is Jupiter. And Jupiter rules planning in a different sense. Jupiter is not so much like all the details and how they connect and stuff, but it's more along the lines of thinking philosophically. Okay, so I used the example earlier of the urban planner, a very Mercury-ruled profession, thinking about third spaces and how do we build in places where people can have conversation and socialize and enjoy, their life just as much as we build in green spaces, okay? So a Jupiter energy person might say, hey guys, you really need to think about in this third space, what about the earth? What about literally bringing in more greenery and more of that earth experience for people to have? And they might have this whole philosophical explanation to you as to why that's important. They might say, earth is the planet that we come from. Plant-based diets are a lot healthier for people. It shows time and time again in independent studies and all sorts of studies that people who surround themselves with a more natural environment heal more quickly. They might have all these different really critical, really on point examples, philosophically driven examples of how we need to think in terms of planning, okay? So whereas somebody who's just planning for the sake of getting it done, they might be like, oh, I got you, I got an event, I can do it in my sleep. But a person who's planning something with more of a Jupiterian energy is going to be a lot more critically minded and philosophically minded. They might be more spiritually minded as well. So they might plan from a sense of being more spiritually awake than somebody else who is not really considering a lot of those factors, okay? So Jupiter rules Sagittarius, people. If you have a lot of Sag energy in your chart, congratulations, Jupiter is a beautiful planet. This has been the planets of planners video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, tell your friends about it, put a comment down below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks so much for being here. No matter where you are in your metamorphosis, you could be a caterpillar or already a full-fledged butterfly, you're a part of the collective transformation, and you're a part of the solution, okay? So thanks for being here. Have a blessed rest of your day.